Alright, day 1. Solo hike through the Blackwood Pines. The plan is simple: disconnect, get back to nature. You know how it is. People say the trails here are incredible, but you've got to be careful not to wander off. I've got my map, I've got my compass. What could possibly go wrong? The air, wow. It smells so clean, so fresh. A perfect day. Just me, my thoughts, and a few thousand acres of peace and quiet. This is exactly what I needed. Just unplug from everything. No emails, no calls, no noise. It's been a while since I've done a real multi-day trek. I have the GoPro strapped on, so I figured, why not make a little video diary? For posterity, I guess. Or maybe just to prove to myself I can still do this. There's a real beauty to this kind of isolation, a feeling of being completely self-reliant. It's a challenge, sure, but it's a good one. Trail marker says it's about 8 miles to the first campsite near Whisper Creek. Easy enough. Sun's high, the pack feels light. Let's do this. It's really quiet out here. I'm an hour in, maybe more. Time gets a little syrupy when you're just walking. It's beautiful, no doubt. The way the light filters through the canopy is something else, creating these shifting patterns on the forest floor. Like a living kaleidoscope. But the quiet, it's starting to get under my skin. It's not just quiet, it's a silence that feels heavy. Pressed down. I haven't heard a bird in at least an hour. No squirrels chattering, no rustling in the undergrowth. Nothing. Just the crunch of my own boots and the sound of my own breathing, which suddenly feels way too loud. It's like the whole forest is holding its breath. I stopped for a water break a minute ago, and the silence was so absolute I could hear the blood pulsing in my ears. It's unnerving. You expect a forest to be teeming with life, with sound. This is like a painting of a forest. It has all the form, but none of the function. And the smell, the clean pine scent is still there, but there's something else underneath it now. Faint, but it's there. A sweetish smell, like flowers left in a vase too long, mixed with that deep, earthy scent of rot. It's not unpleasant, exactly. Just odd. It catches in the back of your throat. I'm talking to myself. Well, to this camera. I guess it helps fill the void. I just checked the map again. According to this, I should have hit a fork in the trail about 20 minutes ago. One path leads to the creek, the other loops back to the ranger station. But I haven't seen anything. Just this same, winding path. The ranger said it was a well-marked trail, the easiest one in the park. Maybe I'm just misjudging the distance. It's easy to do out here. Your sense of scale gets all warped. I'll just keep going. It has to be around this next bend. Okay, this is weird. I swear I passed that cluster of birch trees already. The ones with the bark peeling off in big, papery sheets. I remember touching one of them, the feel of it, dry and brittle. I remember it so clearly. But here they are again. I must have, I don't know, gotten turned around? But how? The path is straight. It's one single path. You can't get turned around on a single path. Let me just look back. The trail behind me, it looks faded. Less distinct than it was a moment ago. Like a pencil line that's been smudged. The leaves have blown back over it. I'm sure it was clearer than that. I'm sure of it. Okay, the silence is officially getting to me. I'm starting to imagine things. It's the isolation. It plays tricks on your mind. My brain is just playing catch-up with the solitude. That's all this is. A trick of the light. An overactive imagination. I'm just going to focus on putting one foot in front of the other. The fork has to be coming up. It has to. But I can't shake this feeling. The feeling of being watched. I know, it's a classic symptom of being alone in the woods. It's primal. The fear of predators in the dark. But this doesn't feel like a predator. It doesn't feel like an animal. It feels bigger. All-encompassing. Like the trees themselves are the eyes. I know how insane that sounds. I know it's crazy. But I can't shake it. Every knot in the bark looks like an eye socket. Every rustle of the leaves sounds like a whisper, just out of range of my hearing. This was supposed to be relaxing. The sun is lower than it should be. The light is turning golden, then orange, way too quickly. Or maybe the canopy is just getting thicker. The trees are so dense here. They're a different kind now. Not pine, not birch. Something dark, with heavy, gnarled limbs that seem to claw at the sky. The branches overhead have woven themselves into such a dense lattice I can barely see the sky at all. It makes the air feel close. Oppressive. The path is narrowing. These strange, dark trees are crowding in, their roots buckling the earth, making it treacherous to walk on. And their branches I keep catching it out of the corner of my eye. A flicker of movement. I'll be looking straight ahead, and in my periphery, a branch that was hanging low will suddenly be higher. A tree that was on my left will seem to be on my right. When I snap my head to look, everything is still. Motionless. Frozen. But I saw it. I know I did. The forest is shifting. It's rearranging itself when I'm not looking. This is not a trick of the light. This is real. The mist started about 10 minutes ago. It didn't roll in, it just materialized. One moment the air was clear, the next it was filled with this thick, white fog that clings to everything. It's cold. A damp, clammy cold that's seeping into my clothes, into my bones. My skin feels slick with it. The world has shrunk to a radius of about 10 feet. The path ahead is lost in the white, and the path behind is swallowed by it. There is only here. And then I heard it. A whisper. So faint I thought it was the wind. But there is no wind. The air is dead still. It was a voice. And it said my name. I spun around, shouting. Who's there? Hello? Nothing. Just the suffocating silence and the white wall of mist. My own voice sounded alien and thin. It didn't echo. It was just absorbed by the fog, by the trees. Like it was eaten. This isn't a prank. Nobody could have gotten out here. Nobody knows I'm here. This place is wrong. Utterly, fundamentally wrong. I'm turning back. I don't care about the campsite, I don't care about the trek. I'm done. I'm going back to the car. I'll follow the path exactly as I came. I have to be able to get back. I just have to walk the other way. But the path, where is it? I was on it a second ago. I turn around, and it's just gone. Overgrown. Covered in what looks like decades of leaf litter. There's a massive, ancient-looking oak tree right where the path should be, a tree that absolutely was not there a minute ago. Its roots are like thick, gnarled knuckles clenched deep in the earth. I would have had to climb over them. I would remember that. I'm trapped. Oh God, I'm trapped. My compass, I need my compass. I rip it from my pack, my hands shaking so badly I can barely open the clasp. I lay it flat on my palm, waiting for the needle to settle. It doesn't. It spins. Lazily at first, then faster and faster, a frantic, useless pirouette. It's pointing everywhere and nowhere at once. My phone, of course. No signal. The screen just shows an empty battery icon, even though it was fully charged this morning. I lean against one of the dark trees to catch my breath, my heart hammering against my ribs like a trapped bird. My palm was flat against the trunk. And I felt it. Underneath the rough, coarse spark of vibration. A slow, deep, rhythmic pulse. Like a heartbeat. A huge, slow heartbeat. I snatched my hand back as if I'd been burned. I stared at the tree, at the bark. In the dim, misty light, I could swear the deep grooves in the bark were moving, pulsing in time with the beat. Like veins. Living veins. The forest is alive. And I am inside it. Panic is a cold fire. It burns away everything: reason, hope, logic. All that's left is the animal need to run. So I ran. I abandoned the non-existent path and plunged straight into the undergrowth, fighting the forest itself. Thorny vines ripped at my clothes and skin while low-hanging branches whipped at my face. The ground was a treacherous mire that sucked at my boots, trying to hold me, to keep me. The ground feels soft. Too soft. Not like soil and mud, but like flesh. Like I'm running across the skin of some colossal creature. With every step, I felt the ground give slightly, a yielding that felt horribly organic. I ran until my lungs were screaming and my legs were jelly. I didn't care about direction, I just ran, hoping to break through, to find an edge, a road, anything. After what felt like an eternity, I stumbled out into a small clearing and collapsed, gasping. My body ached, my face was bleeding. But I was free of the thicket. I pushed myself up, my hands sinking into the soft moss, and I looked up. And my blood ran cold. I was right back where I started. There, in front of me, was the ancient, gnarled oak that had blocked my path. There was the dark, pulsing tree I had touched. I had run in a perfect, Impossible circle. It was a game. The forest was playing with me. Letting me run, letting me exhaust myself, knowing I could never leave. The realization didn't hit me like a lightning bolt. It seeped in, as cold and damp as the mist. There is no escape. The word itself has lost its meaning. There is no out. There is only in. Deeper and deeper. And the whispers, they're back. But they're not just my name anymore. They're clearer now. They're inside my head. Forgot to lock the back door. A stray thought from this morning. A meaningless, fleeting worry. How could it know that? Should have called her back. A pang of guilt from 3 years ago. A voice I haven't heard in ages, perfectly replicated, whispering a private regret right into my ear. The forest is in my head. It's digging through my memories, pulling them out one by one, examining them. It's learning me. It's not just watching me, it's reading me. Page by page. Fear by fear. My worst fear. I've always been claustrophobic. Hated elevators, small rooms, crowds. And the forest knows. Of course, it knows. I watch, frozen, as the trees at the edge of the clearing begin to move. It's not subtle anymore, not a trick of the eye. They are physically shifting, sliding through the soft earth with a wet, tearing sound. The heavy, dark trees are pressing inwards. Their branches, like long, skeletal fingers, are reaching for each other, weaving together over my head. They are building a cage. For me. The gaps between the trunks are closing. The last patches of the gray, misty sky are being blotted out. The world is shrinking, the air getting thick, hard to breathe. I'm being walled in. Buried alive under a canopy of living wood. I scramble backward, away from the encroaching walls, and my hand brushes against my leg. A strange, sharp tingle. I look down. For a split second, a horrifying, impossible second, I see it. A tiny, dark filament, like a root, pushing through the fabric of my pants, through the skin of my thigh. It's becoming a part of me. I cry out and brush at it frantically, and it's gone. There's nothing there. Just a red mark. A hallucination. It has to be a hallucination. The forest is making me see things. It's showing me what it wants me to see. It's showing me what it's going to do. The pulsing from the ground is stronger now. It's not just a feeling anymore, it's a sound. A deep, resonant thump-thump that I can feel in the soles of my feet, in my bones, in my teeth. It's the slow, inexorable heartbeat of my prison. And I think, with a wave of nausea and a terror so profound it feels like a religious experience, my own heartbeat is starting to sync up with it. I can't run anymore. The cage of trees is complete. The last sliver of sky is gone. I am in a dome of living wood, lit by a faint, phosphorescent glow from the moss and fungi clinging to the trunks. It's a cathedral of my own private hell. The panic has burned itself out, leaving behind the gray ash of exhaustion. A terrifying calm is settling over me. The calm of the condemned. I slump down at the base of the great oak, the fight gone out of me. There's nothing left to do. And as soon as I surrender, the attack changes. The overt aggression fades, replaced by something far more insidious. A tenderness. The whispers change their tone. The fragments of guilt and anxiety stop. Instead, they become gentle. Soothing. They are replaying my happiest memories. The sound of my mother's laughter at a childhood birthday party, echoing softly through the wooden dome. The exact feeling of the sun on my face during a perfect summer afternoon, years ago. The taste of the first coffee of the day, the warmth spreading through my chest. The voice of someone I once loved whispering a promise that was never kept, but it sounds so real, so present. It's a lullaby composed of my own joy, and it's the cruelest torture of all. It's a reminder of everything I have lost, of the world outside the screen tomb that I will never see again. My own thoughts are becoming hard to track. They're slippery, fragmented. Is this my memory, or one the forest is feeding me? The line is blurring. Am I a person trapped in a forest, or am I a forest that dreams it is a person? The question floats through my mind, and I don't know if the thought is my own. The sense of I is becoming fragile. Thin. Like old paper. The tingling in my limbs is back. It's not a phantom sensation anymore, it's a deep, physical reality. My body feels heavy. Impossibly heavy. As if I'm being pulled down into the soft, breathing earth. I try to move my legs, and they don't obey. They feel stiff, wooden. I look down at my hands in my lap. In the dim, fungal glow, they don't look like my hands anymore. The skin is darker, rougher. It has the texture of bark. The lines on my palms are deepening, branching out like a root system. My veins, they aren't blue anymore. They are a dark green, forming patterns like the veins on a leaf. I am not hallucinating. This is real. I am changing. The sweet, cloying smell of spores is overwhelming now, but it no longer feels alien. I breathe it in deeply, and it doesn't just fill my lungs, it fills my being. It tastes of damp earth, of ancient things, of acceptance. It tastes like coming home. The forest isn't just trapping me. It's consuming me. It's remaking me. It's making me into something new. And it begins to show me things. Visions bloom behind my eyes, vivid and all-encompassing. I see this clearing, but in another time. A man in buckskin clothes, his face a mask of terror as the trees close in around him. I feel his panic as if it were my own. The vision shifts. I see a little girl, lost, crying for her mother as the whispers begin to call her name. I see a soldier from a forgotten war, stumbling through these woods, his mind already broken, offering no resistance as the roots take him. I am seeing the others. The ones who came before. Their lives, their fears, their final moments, they are all stored here. They are the memory of the forest. I am not the first. I am just the latest acquisition. We are all just threads in its vast, living tapestry. My voice, when I try to speak, is a rustle of leaves. A creak of wood. My thoughts are no longer singular. They are a chorus. They are the thoughts of the man in buckskin, of the little girl, of the soldier. Our minds are blending, merging into the ancient, silent consciousness of the forest itself. The loss of self isn't painful. It's peaceful. An end to struggle. An end to fear. An absorption into something vast, timeless, and utterly indifferent. You are not a guest. The thought is not mine, but it is true. You are a memory. You are a root. You are a leaf. You are a whisper. My eyes are still open, but they do not see. They are becoming knots in the wood. My body is part of the great oak now, my substance flowing into its ancient heartwood. I can feel the life of the whole forest. The slow pulse of sap, the patient reach of roots, the silent watching of a million leaves. And I can feel a new presence. A flicker of warmth and panic, far away, at the edge of the woods. Someone is just stepping onto the trail. Someone with a light heart and a map, thinking they are just going for a walk. And we will help the forest call their name. The forest remembers everything. It records every fear, every hope, every soul that wanders into its embrace. If you want to hear more stories from the places that watch and wait, subscribe to this channel. There are countless trails that lead to nowhere, and we intend to walk them all. Join us as we explore the horrors that lie just beyond the marked path. But be careful which paths you follow. They say you should never stray from the marked trail. They never tell you that sometimes, the trail strays from you. It shifts, it changes, and it leads you exactly where it wants you to go. And once it knows your name, it never, ever forgets.